Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the Hardline Transport Solutions Outlaw Truck Series here on Sunday night. We're coming to you live from North Wilksboro Speedway here on iRacing. We're looking forward to 150 laps at this historic little short track here in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Top of the board, we've got Tyler Barnett, Corey Hines, Andy Kurtz, Corey Bigley, and Brandon Pollock. We'll put that scoring pylon on the side there for you. We're going to take a look at the points in just a moment. Let's see who's able to get around this track. We see some nice little throwback paint jobs out there tonight too, so we'll be giving away some money for the best throwback paint job here tonight. We see Kai Shappert out on track right now in that old school Mountain Dew machine. Saw a couple awesome little paint jobs as I was quickly taking a look around the track. We've got, not really sure if that's a throwback or not. It looks like a throwback to the old, the Chevy Monte Carlos from back in the day. So great looking paint job right there. Brandon Wallace doesn't have a throwback. We see the 21. Try to figure out what that paint job is. We'll take a look at that later on. We know Greg Froenick's running an old Budweiser's paint scheme. So, like I said, a couple sweet little paint jobs out there. Some of those old school paint jobs out there on track tonight. So we'll be watching for those throughout the night. Right now, let's take a look at your points coming into tonight. Corey Hines currently at the top of the board. Jonathan Cofield, Mike Kosik, Steve McDonald, and Jared Reed, your top five. Tyler Barnett runs back in 6th. Matt Tedler, Brandon Pollock, Andy Kurtz, and Logan Monteith. And Fry Hubbard tied for that 10th position. Bigley back in the 12th position. Matt Kleeman back in 13th. Travis Bieber and Gregory Froenick round out the top 15 here tonight. As we get ready to do battle at this tricky short track. What makes it tricky? Well, it's old. It's got a lot of character, especially because as you, we see Vincent on track. Let's ride on board with somebody going around the track here. And that will really give a tail of the tape. As you come down the backstretch, it actually, notice we are going downhill down into turn number 3. As you exit turn number 4, you start going back. I take that back. It's downhill down into turn number 1 and uphill into turn number 3. So the elevation change actually changes your braking points at both ends of the track. So you come up the hill, up into turns 3 and 4, you can brake a little bit deeper. That curbing right there on the bottom of the track can really upset the truck as you come down the hill. Oh, I apologize, Garrett. I thought I had hit the button. It didn't want to hit. There we go. We'll try this again. So as they come down the backstretch, we see we go into turn number 3. That curbing down at the bottom of the track, it can really upset the truck. Then as you come down the front stretch and literally down into turn number 1, you have to brake a little bit earlier. You see that curbing's not down there, but it really flattens out here on the bottom of the track. So watch for these guys that having some tricky navigation of this track. We saw Garrett Kinder getting it done on Friday night in the Grand National Series, and we'll see if anybody who ran either race, or see if anybody who's running either race tonight who ran in the Grand National Series has any luck here tonight. We see Corey Hines out on track right now. Corey, our points leader, sliding around a little bit, trying to get around this track. Kinder, it's good to see you. I know you can't race, but it's good to see you at least in the chat here tonight. We're bringing it to you live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Of course, no matter what platform you're watching on, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know whenever we're live here on Intensity Broadcasting. We got our truck doubleheader from North Wilkesboro tonight. 250 lap races around this historic little short track. See Travis Bieber doing something we saw a lot on Friday night. People working the high side and making that work. So here these trucks, they drive a lot different than those Gen 5 or Gen 6 cars do. So we'll see if that's able to be done here in the Truck Series. Looks like he was able to get around the 88. Working that higher side, so we'll see if that does work here tonight. That was Ryan Derrick in that 88 machine. Fry Hubbard with a little bit of a throwback to the early Haas days in that 14 machine. With the Tony Stewart numbers on the side. Great looking car right there. Taking a peek at some of these paint jobs out on the track. Ooh, we got Brad Pollock off into the grass in a number 1 Pennzoil machine. Very similar to the one that Steve Park used to drive. Andy Kurtz in his typical Valvoline color. So we'll watch for those paint jobs tonight. We'll see who's got the best looking paint job out there tonight. Of course, I want to thank everybody who supports this league, all the great sponsors we have here in the Hardline Transport Solution Outlaw Truck Series. Of course, Hardline Transport Solutions, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Intensity Broadcasting, Peg Leg Felts, Thunderstruck Super Series, and Kinder Farm and Ranch. So we're getting ready to get qualifying underway, and one of the first trucks to make their way out on track is the 5 of Andy Kurtz. Andy already coming off of turn number 4. Take that green flag to get going. Coming off turn number 4, take the white flag here for his second lap. Oh, and loses it here on his second lap, so only going to be able to get that first lap in here tonight. Corey Bigley up to the top of the board currently. With an 18.90, see if he's able to improve on that time on his second lap. And he does not improve on his time. Corey Hines jumps up to the top of the board. See James Searfoss coming off of turn number 4. And across the stripe, he's going to jump up into the 12th position. Greg Froelich in the old school Budweiser machine, just coming off of turn number 4. Off turn 4 to take the white flag. Down the backstretch, Froelich rocks. Into turn number 3. And down across stripe, Froelich's going to jump up into the 16th position. Matt Telder off of turn number 4, excuse me, takes the green flag for his first lap. Jumps up into the 9th position. And loses it on his second lap. So that's going to disallow his time on his second lap. So far, 21 drivers have taken time out of the 27 in the session. It looks like that might be all that's going to take the green flag so far. So while we've got a moment, Tyler's just gonna burn it off there on the let's talk about one of our great sponsors here on Intensity Broadcasting, and that is Butt Kicker line of haptics. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in haptics. Their brand of products have been endorsed all around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Butt Kicker's products' patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded sim racing and gaming haptic hardware that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. There is a link down below if you want to check that out as well. I know I recently got the Gamer Plus myself, have it installed to my chair. I just have a regular desk chair, and it's pretty neat the way that it works. You get the feel of the engine rumbling. You can feel every shift when the wheels start to break traction if you lock up. So definitely an extra feeling in the seat of the pants. If you don't have a motion rig, you can definitely feel that. And you can even run them in parallel. You can run, say, 2 in the back, 1 in the front, 1 in the back of your rig, or even 1 on each corner to really simulate that feel. So check that out at thebuttkicker.com. Well, we still have about 5 minutes left here in qualifying. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to make their way out onto the track. So again, we saw a great race here on Friday night in the Grand National Series. Garrett Kinder got the win over Eddie Smith. And if you haven't watched that one, go back and check that one out. Check out the racing at this old historic racetrack. It definitely lends for a different style of racing, which you'll see here tonight, especially because of the way the track lends the racing, especially with that down the front stretch, down the hill, and up the hill on the back stretch. So look for that. Look for drivers over braking a little bit, because you have 2 different brake points. Even though the track is very symmetrical, because of the hill, it actually changes the way that you have to drive each corner. Turns 3 and 4 have that big curb down at the bottom like you see at Martinsville. So watch for drivers to get down on that curb and wash up the track. There could be a couple incidents due to that. We've seen a couple of drivers just get a little loose on acceleration off the corner. So a lot to watch out for here at this tricky little old historic speedway here in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Of course, when this one's over, we're going to do it all over again with the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, brought to you by Whole Heating and Sheet Metal. So 300 heart-stopping laps here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, let's not forget about everybody else we have. We've got our truck doubleheader this Tuesday as well, with the Doghouse Racing League, followed by the SCSRA Truck Series. Wednesday night, the SCSRA Xfinity Series, and Friday night, we've got the Original Rebels Racing League Grand National Series. We do have some more leagues in the upcoming weeks starting up. We do have the SCSRA Road Course Series that's going to be starting up on Monday night, so you're not going to want to miss that if you're a fan of road course racing. Definitely want to go check out that one. Speaking of road course racing, just a couple weeks away. Actually, next week, the 16th, the Grand National Series is going to be taking on the road course. We're going to be shipping these cars overseas, over to Austria, because they're going to be taking on the Red Bull Ring. So if you're looking for some left and right turning and a real tricky road course, an F1 circuit, check these guys out next week on Friday night over on the Red Bull Ring. Definitely going to be a great race. Just a couple weeks away from the end of the season, the regular season. We have the Red Bull Ring and then Nashville Fairgrounds. Then something a little different. We've got the playoff wildcard race going to be shipping across the ocean again over to Japan to the Motegi Oval. Then we'll start the playoffs. 3 races in the round of 13. Texas, the Roval, and Dover. Then we'll cut it down to 8 for Atlanta, Richmond, and Darlington. And then Homestead for the finale in the Grand National season. A couple more weeks here as well. We've got Talladega next week in the Outlaw and Rebels Truck Series. Then we move on to the Roval with the trucks. Then Las Vegas, that's going to end the regular season. Then we'll move on to the playoffs here on Sunday nights. The round of 12, Auto Club Chicagoland and Bristol. cut it down to 8, Homestead, Kansas, and Richmond, and then round out the season at Atlanta. So a lot of playoffs, a lot of seasons coming to the end in the next few weeks. Again, in December, there will be the last race of the season here. So tune in each and every week here on Intensity Broadcasting for live coverage of the Grand National Series, the Hardline Transport Truck Series, and the whole Heating and Sheet Metal Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting. Well, we've got about a minute left here, about 45 seconds left here in qualifying. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to make their way out onto the track. So we're going to get ready to go over your starting lineup here tonight. Charles Stevens asked Kinder if he was at work tonight, and Matt Telder said what we were all thinking, he doesn't work. He said it, not me. I was just reading what was on the screen, so don't shoot the messenger. So, trucks are lining up on the front stretch. Let's take a look at your starting grid here tonight. And your peg leg Felts pole award will go to the 57 of Corey Hines with Mike Kosik starting on the outside. Row 2 will find Corey Bigley and Travis Bieber, followed by Calvin Ruff and Logan Monteith starting 6th. 7th will be Steve McDonald and Brandon Pollock, followed by Matt Telder, Andy Kurtz, Guy Shappett, and Brandon Wallace will round out row number 6. Row 7 will find Tyler Barnett and Todd Schott, followed by Butch Taylor and James Searfoss back in row number 8. Greg Froelich rolls off from 17th with Brett Bieber in the 18th position, and rounding out the top 20, Ryan Derrick and Fry Hubbard. Aaron Sayer back in the 21st position, Ryan Huff back in 22nd. Row 12 will find Tanner Johnson and Tommy Osborne. '25th will be Matt Knights, Gary Wright back in 26th, and rounding out the field is the 58 of Jonathan Cofield. Charles Stevens asked how my back's feeling. Charles is feeling a whole lot better. I was able to bowl on Monday. Still a little bit on the stiff side. I see the chiropractor tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be back to 100% in the next few days. Kinder says he's at his place of employment. Working might be a stretch. That is absolutely what we were all thinking as the pace truck pulls on the pit road. Corey Hines leads him down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at North Wilksboro. A great jump for the 57 to Corey Hines. We're already trying to be 3 wide right behind Kosik. Able to pull away from Corey Bigley. Oh, one up in the wall. That's Travis Bieber. Up into the wall. A little bit of damage to the right side of the truck. Looks like he's going to be able to continue on. Up in front, we've got more drivers trying to make it 3 wide. As the 68 of Steve McDonald working down on the low side. He's working around the 7 of Matt Telder. A little further up, we see the 1 of Brandon Pollock in a battle here with Corey Bigley. They're side by side as they make their way down into turns 3 and 4. Just in front, we see the 24 of Calvin Ruff able to get around those two as they continue to side by side as Alex Veith is yelling at my Nightbot moderator in the chat over on YouTube. Todd Schott and Kai Shappett going at it side by side as well. This is a battle for the 11th position as they're side by side off of turn 4 and down the front stretch. Corey Bigley now has Andy Kurtz to his outside. A couple drivers able to get that high side roll, and we see Kurtz up on that high side trying to get around Bigley, and he's going to clear Bigley down into turn number 1. So we're already seeing on fresh tires that that high line is viable, but for how long is the question. We see Travis Bieber, after starting up front and having such a great start, already back into the 17th position. So heavy damage to that 114 machine. He's waiting for a caution to come out so he can get down and get some of that fixed up. Right now, the battle continues on track. Oh, the 99 Brandon Wallace has lost it on the backstretch. He's down into the grass. Fortunately, no caution. We're going to stay green as the leaders are just coming off a turn number 2. They're already catching some lap traffic. Now looks like the 64 of Matt Knight's about to go a lap down as Corey Hines and Mike Kosik continue to run, and looks like another driver has gone off the track. That was the 15 of Searfoss. Oh, you see the heavy damage to the left side of that machine. Brandon Wallace goes around. Here goes Searfoss down onto pit road. As another battle continues here, as Corey Bigley and Andy Kurtz continue to battle here off of turn number 4. So Bigley was able to get that bottom lane working yet again. Here comes Kurtz, though, trying to fire on that high side, trying to stay out in front of that 82. As they make their way down into turns 3 and 4. Another driver having some issues, Ryan Huff, down into the grass off of turn number 2, and that is going to bring out the yellow flag. And that is going to bring out our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind tonight. As we try to take a look and see what happened to the 9 of Ryan Huff. And just what I thought, we've seen this a couple times over the week, just a little too quick onto the accelerator, loops that truck around right in front of Brandon Wallace, and that brings out our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind of the night. Now I've got to catch up on the chat because there's been a lot going on here. Alex Vietz yells, "Kick the fires and light, kick the tires and light the fires," which my my moderator did not like too much. Don't type in all caps. Kirkiner says we're all shocked that Wallace dumped it. Charles Stevens says, "Come on, Bubba, stay on track." So as they come by pit road, everybody's going to stay out on the track. And Alex, I'm sorry we had the Nightbot yell at you for using all caps. I've been trying to get rid of those naughty messages that we keep getting that I know you like so much. Although, for whatever reason, they don't lead to kinderonly.com, so someone's got to get on the marketing board there and get that fixed up. So next time by, the lights on the pace truck will shut off and we'll go 1 to green. Corey Hines has led every lap so far. Mike Kosik sits back in second. Logan Monteith up 3 spots up in third. Calvin Ruff up in the 4th, and then Brandon Pollock up 3 spots into the 5th position. As they double up here, and we should take a look here, see if Travis Bieber got his truck fixed up yet. No, looks like he stayed out here. Got some of that fixed up. Did not use a reset, but definitely got some of his damage fixed here. So he should be able to continue on. Try to save that reset in case he really needs it as the pace truck peels off onto pit road. We're back at Green Flag Racing. Another great jump for the 57 of Corey Hines as Mike Kosik and Logan Monteith battle side by side for the 2nd position off of turn number 2. Monteith with the advantage on the low side, but Kosik able to get the power down on the high side and get around that 91 machine just behind. See Brandon Pollock and Calvin Ruff battling side by side. Ruff on the high side. And again, we've seen that high side really start to work a little bit on these cooler tires. So we'll see who's got the advantage here as they rocket down into turns 1 and 2. And you see Ruff getting around on the high side, so he's going to clear Pollock. Andy Kurtz right there as well. As we ride along here with Steve McDonald. And you see just bumper-to-bumper traffic as they come down the front stretch and into turn at number 1. Nowhere's you can really go. Pollock trying to fight hard on that low side to get around Corey Bigley. Todd Schott looking down to the inside of Brett Bieber as they go down into turns 3 and 4. So little battles all over the track right now. Bigley fires hard on the high side, trying to stay out in front of Brandon Pollock. But up front, Corey Hines continues to lead over Mike Kosik by 0.3 of a second. And then Logan Monteith about a half second back from Kosik. We saw Friday night that right around 20-25 laps was really when these tires started to show some age. So we'll see in a few laps who's able to keep the truck underneath them. Who's been able to save a little bit here for the longer run. And I'm sorry, it's only 100 laps tonight. I thought it was 150. That's what the schedule said. So my apologies on that. And the caution is out on track. It looks like it's for the 99 of Brandon Wallace. So that's going to bring up our second Kinder Farm and Ranch as we take a look to see what happened to Brandon Wallace here tonight. Battling side by side with Aaron Sayer. Now it looks like the 42 just missed the braking zone, pushed right up the track into the side of the 99, and looks like something might have happened to the 42 as well. I think he was just slowing down to get to the tail end of the line here. So half the field comes down onto pit road, the other half stays out. We see CFOS getting the lucky dog. Is going to put that 15 machine back onto the lead lap. As the lights are about to go off on the pace track, we're going to go one lap to go before we go. Oh, no, lights stayed on, so we got 2 to go. So we're going to go back green flag racing at the conclusion of the next lap. Corey Hines going to choose the inside lane again. Mike Kosik up to the high side. Pace car is getting ready to pull off onto pit road. Corey Hines leads him back down to the green flag, which is back in the air. And we are back racing yet again, and Monteith back down to the low side, trying to get around. Oh, he gets loose off the corner. He's going to lose a position to Matt Telder as well. Here comes Corey Bigley fighting hard on the high side. Monteith, see, really loose down on that low side, trying to get up off the corner to keep pace with the drivers on the high side. Right now, Monteith falling back just a little bit. Right behind, we see Fry Hubbard and Steve McDonald side by side. This is a battle for the 7th position. Now a little further back, we see Brett Bieber battling with Ryan Huff. And Andy Kurtz right there in the mix as well. Kai Shappett just out in front as well, as he's able to get himself up into the 12th position, continues to march forward. So a couple of great battles throughout the track. Up front, everything's pretty much single file and starting to spread out, but here in the middle of the pack is where you really see the bee's nest of trucks. As Andy Kurtz has a great view of this battle in front of him, he's going to look down to the inside of Kai Shappett. Shappett's going to fight back hard on that high side. You see Kurtz kind of using that middle lane down through turns 1 and 2, and that's really where the grip is. Right through turns 3 and 4, you want to be right down on that curbing. But as you go down into turns 1 and 2, you kind of run a little bit higher. We saw Kurtz on Friday night really utilizing that high lane and making it work all night long. Now he's going to take a dive down to the bottom of Brett Bieber. And he's going to take over that 12th position. Just in front, Ryan Derrick and Brandon Pollock going at it as Ryan Derrick is going to take over that position. Oh, one around a little further back. Oh, big pile up on the back stretch here, or front stretch here. That's going to bring out the caution flag. That's going to bring out another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage rewind, and we'll take a look. We'll take a look at Travis Bieber here. I think that's where this starts. Travis is going to look down. He gets underneath the 24 of Calvin Ruff and spins the 24 around. Kai Shappett just able to sneak by. Brandon Wallace involved in this one as well. We see the 21 of Gary Wright compiling in. The 33 of Butch Taylor caught up in this as well. Greg Froelich just barely sneaks around the outside. And we see Tommy Osborne just barely sneaking to the inside. Now we're starting to see everybody come down pit road. Corey Hines on pit road. Mike Kosik, Corey Bigley, Calvin Ruff, everybody coming down pit road this time. A couple drivers did stay out though. Andy Kurtz was last in on lap 27. So about 15 laps ago. Brett Bieber, Brandon Wallace, Greg Froelich, and Tanner Johnson all stay out. And Travis Bieber stays out as well. So Corey Hines is going to restart a little further back, this time back in the 7th position. We know how fast he was when he was out in front, but now he's going to be stuck back in some traffic. So we'll see how he's able to navigate through this traffic here tonight. Well, while we've got a moment, we wanted you to remember to check out intensitybroadcasting.com for all your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, not just of Intensity Broadcasting, but all your favorite Intensity leagues, as well as Atman Weiss's merchandise is there as well. Atman had a great run. He was down at Atlanta this past weekend, won the B main, his first Bandolero win to get himself up into the main event. Fortunately, caught a drainage ditch as he was trying to avoid an incident in front of him running through the grass. Bent the spindle on that machine, and he didn't have the best of finishes in the main event, but getting that B win, definitely a little bit of a confidence boost to that young man. So we want to congratulate Atlee on his B main win, and more to come as his season continues. So lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Andy Kurtz going to bring him down to the green flag this time. Green flag in the air. Brett Bieber got caught snoozing like we've seen that outside lane all night tonight. As Brandon Wallace able to clear Greg Froelich, move himself up into the 3rd position. Let's watch Corey Hines. Corey Hines already down to the low side of Greg Froelich. We see Mike Kosik right there behind as well. We'll see how these fresh tires, we said about 15-20 laps is where the tires really start to show their age. We'll see if Corey Hines is able to navigate this traffic to get himself back up towards the front. Greg Froelich, though, fighting hard on that high lane. We've seen that high lane work well all night as Corey Hines got a little loose there on the low side. Well, he stays even with Froelich down in the turns 1 and 2. Oh, caution out on the track. Big wreck in the back. Huge wreck. 7, 8, 9 cars involved. It's going to bring out another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage rewind as we try to break this one down. And let's, I know Ryan Huff was involved. We'll take a look here from his onboard here and see if he's able to see exactly what happened. Oh, it starts way up in front of him and just nowheres to go. Looks like that might have started with the 16 of Tanner Johnson. So let's see if we can see what happened here with Johnson. Oh, just got turned. Came across the nose of Corey Bigley. Comes across the track. Brandon Pollock just nowheres to go. He gets caught up in it right there. Fry Hubbard caught up in it. Kai Shappett just barely able to make it through another one. Look at Pollock up in the air. We see this 9 of Huff just nowheres to go. Collected. Todd Schott caught up in this as well. Matt Knight's caught a little piece of it. It looks like James Searfoss had a little piece of that as well. Well, it's the opening weekend of NFL. I know a lot of guys are in their fantasy leagues and watching their teams tonight. Unfortunately, I'm not able to watch my team tonight because I'm here calling this race, and I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for this in the chat, but most people know I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, so let's go blue and silver here tonight. I'm going to throw that out, but yeah, looking forward to a fantastic football season in general. I'm a Cowboys fan first, a football fan second, and a lot of great games today. I know my fantasy team put up some big points today, and first time I've played fantasy in a while, so hopefully that trend continues here this season. Haven't played fantasy in quite a while, and got a lot of crap for a couple of my draft picks. Picked Josh Allen in the, I picked Stephon Diggs in the 3rd round and Josh Allen in the 5th round, and they together put up 55 points for me this week. So might have been doing something right. All right, here we go. Lights on the pace truck are off. Green flag, getting ready to fly again. Pace truck pulls down onto pit road. Andy Kurtz hits that loud pedal. We're back at green flag racing. Brett Bieber able to stay along with him this time, just a little bit better. And Corey Hines still stuck back in the 6th position. Mike Kosik was able to get around that 6th machine. Oh, we got a caution out on track again. Big wreck again off of turn number 4. And it looks like the 88 of Ryan Derrick was in it. Tommy Osborne might have got a piece of it as well. Gary Wright was caught up in it. Corey Bigley. As we like to say in the biz, cautions breed cautions. So we take a look to see what happened. It looks like it might have started with Corey Bigley here. Oh, got on the brakes to keep from running into the back of Monteith. And got run over from behind by Ryan Derrick, and then everybody else started piling in behind him, so that brings up another Kinder Farmer Ranch Wreckage Rewind tonight. Well, speaking of cautions, breeding cautions, you can always go on over to intensitybroadcasting.com. Scroll down the page a little bit. We've got some novelty t-shirts as well as Atliat Van Weese's merchandise as well. And check out our top-selling t-shirt. That is the Cautions Breed Cautions t-shirt. You can find that over at intensitybroadcasting.com, as well as all of our great pieces of merchandise over there. Link down below in the description. So nobody makes their way down onto pit road except for the drivers who were involved in that incident. We'll be getting ready to re-rack them, re-stack them, get ready to refire them here at North Wilkesboro. Again, don't forget to join us after this one's over, as we're going to do it all again with the whole heating and sheet metal truck series right after this. So stay tuned here on Intensity Broadcasting for another great 100 laps here at this historic North Wilkesboro Speedway. We've all heard the news. NASCAR is returning back here to North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race next year, so I'm excited to see that as well. Here we go. We're going back Green Flag Racing pace truck back onto pit road. Andy Kurtz back to the gas. We're back at Green Flag Racing. Brett Bieber was able to time that one much better. He's right there on the outside, challenging for the lead down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Bieber up on the high side, Kurtz down on the low side. Brandon Wallace right behind as well as they come off of turn number 4, and Bieber will lead that lap with 38 laps to go. Side by side continues for the lead. Andy Kurtz down the bottom. Brett Bieber way up the track. That's going to allow Brandon Wallace gets in there, makes some contact, and Bieber is able to stay in this second position. Just behind, we see Greg Froelich and Mike Kosik battling side by side. That is a battle for the 4th position, and Kosik's going to take over 4th now. He's going to set his sights on the 99 of Brandon Wallace to move into the 3rd position. Pulls a little slide job there. Wallace going to fight back here on the high side. And we've got caution out on the track again. It looks like, hard contact. Kai Shepard was not able to avoid this one. He's caught up in it. Greg Froelich caught up in this one as well as the 7 of Matt Telder. I think it might have actually started with Greg Froelich. See if we can see what happened here. Froelich coming off a turn number 4. And we see the 7 of Matt Telder just gets into Froelich. Telder, hard contact for the 7 back across the track. We'll take a look at that one again, because the 7 of Telder came across track, hit Monteith, but not enough to spin the 91 around. But heavy contact for Telder, head on into the outside wall. So Andy Kurtz and Brett Bieber do stay out. Mike Kosik, with those newer tires, last pit on lap 42, he's back in 3rd. But then drivers like Brandon Wallace, Todd Schott, a couple drivers did come in this time to take new tires, as we're seeing. This is about the lap count where tires really start to matter. Although a few drivers might be trying to hold on to a set here in case we have a late race caution and possibly a green-white checker. So lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here. Coming to 30 laps to go. Pace truck takes the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Andy Kurtz brings him down. Green flags back in the air. We are back racing. Brett Bieber caught sleeping yet again. He's got Kosik looking down to the inside. Kosik with the nose just there, but Bieber able to get the launch off the corner to hold on to that second position. Behind him, though, Mike Kosik and Corey Hines are two leaders for most of the race, battling back for third and fourth. Kosik now has that inside lane, and he's going to clear Corey Hines. So your points leader, Corey Hines, runs back in the fourth position. We know he's shown a lot of speed all night tonight, but now he's caught back in traffic. See if he's able to make a move as now Kosik takes a look down to the inside of Brett Bieber. They're side by side off of turn number 2. Through turns 3 and 4 and down to the stripe. Kosik trying to clear that 808 machine. Just not able to get the run. And they continue to battle side by side. And who knows who's loving to see this side by side battle. That's the 5 of Andy Kurtz as he continues to stretch his lead over these two. Ooh, driver off track. Gary Wright. Caution is out. Looks like somebody else has spun it here off of. Not really sure who else had some issues there, but the caution is back in the air. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. I believe is just Gary Wright involved in this one. So let's take a look here to see what happened to the 21 machine. Oh, just loses it by himself off the corner. Tries to lock it down here. No, and then he, no, the caution is out. I'm not really sure exactly what did bring out the yellow flag. Doesn't look like he was spun enough to really bring it out, but regardless, the yellow flag does come out. A couple drivers out on pit road. 33 of Butch Taylor, James Searfoss out on pit road, Greg Froelich, Gary Wright down there as well. He's going to go down and away. Tanner Johnson down on pit road. Taking a look through some of these paint jobs here. You know, in this race, always a fan favorite. No, it's looking a little, it looks like it's seen some better days. But this excise ride here, definitely my favorite paint job of the night here. So, yeah, this will be the no-neck paint of the night. That'll be your no-neck paint of the night. And the best throwback of the night. So we're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire Andy Kurtz back on the low side. Mike Kosik up on the high side. Then Brett Bieber and Corey Hines back in row number 2. Kosik with much fresher tires up on that high side. Let's see if he has anything for Andy Kurtz. As Kurtz gets back to the gas, we're back green flag racing. Kurtz, though, able to stay up in front of Mike Kosik. Side-by-side battle for third here as Brett Bieber and Corey Hines battle. Right behind, we see Fry Hubbard and Logan Monteith going at it side-by-side as well, as Corey Hines now able to clear Brett Bieber, move himself up into the third position as we come across the stripe. We have 20 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Ooh, right behind, we see almost 3 wide racing. Oh, one around. Caution is out. Brandon Pollock has loped it around. And oh, big wreck off of turn number 2. Huge wreck. It's the big one here. And that's going to bring out another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. I saw Brandon Pollock. Looks like he got to the gas just a little too hard here. Looped it off of the corner. Let's see what he does down into turns 1 and 2. He might have had a little bit of help here. Yeah, he had some help here from the 114 of Travis Bieber. And then you see behind, all hell break loose. It'd be easier to tell you who wasn't involved in this one than who was. So we're going to get ourselves another restart with about 15 laps to go. Chat's been awfully quiet. Wondering what you guys are doing, if I put you guys asleep or not out there. Don't forget, we got another one after this is over. We've got another 100-lap race with the Rebels Whole Heat and Sheet Metal Truck Series. This one started off pretty mild. Had a long green flag run, and now we're seeing a lot of cautions, breeding cautions here tonight. Kinder says we're still here, big dog. So glad to see you guys are still wide awake. See Kai Shappett out in front of the pace truck. He will get the wave around when the 1 to go signal comes out. He'll put him back onto the tail end of the lead lap. We got 1 to go. Lights are off on the pace truck. Oh, I take that back. Lights are still on, and Kai still there in front of the leaders. Well, it looks like Kai's going to fall back behind the field, so he is going to lose a lap here as the lights are off on the pace truck. We're re-racking them, restacking them, and getting ready to refire. Kurtz leads them back down through the front stretch. Green flags back in the air. Another great jump for the leader here tonight as Kosik not able to pull alongside of Andy Kurtz. Just behind, we see Corey Hines able to clear Brett Bieber. And Fry Hubbard looking around the inside of the 84 of Tyler Barnett. Barnett having a great run up into the 6th position. As he's doing battle with the 14 of Fry Hubbard, who makes a little bit of contact. And oh, right behind him, we see the 91 of Monteith get up into the outside wall. He's able to continue on. Kosik has Corey Hines all over the back bumper, and while those two are doing battle, it's allowing Andy Kurtz to pull away as now Hines looking down to the inside of Kosik. Side by side for second place, and Hines loses it off of turn number 4. He spins it down to the inside. Caution is back in the air. Oh, and he gets clobbered after the fact by the 7 of Matt Telder. Corey Hines brings out the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We see it again, just trying to battle down to the inside, loses it, catches the inside wall, comes spinning back across the track, and then we saw 3 wide racing behind, and Telder just nowheres to go, gets it into the side of Corey Hines here. Fortunately, I think Hines does have a reset. He should be able to get back into this race. Not a whole lot of laps, though. We have under 10 laps to go, but he'll be able to get a fresh truck and fresh tires here. And who knows, he might have something for these guys. But that's going to change everything up here at the front. Andy Kurtz, with almost 70 lap-old tires, was lapsed in on pit road on lap 27. A little smack talk in the chat here. Kinder says Telder using the old Lottridge brake pedal. Telder says now he's looking beside him, trying not to get damage for the lucky dog. Yeah, there was a truck in front of him that did swerve at the last second. That was definitely a tough break for Matt Telder. Do have some big movers through the field, though. Look at this. Brett Bieber currently running in 3rd, up 15 spots from where he started. Fry Hubbard running back in 5th, also up 15 spots from where he started. Gary Wright cracking the top 10, up into the 9th position, up 17 spots from where he started. And then Tommy Osborne and Matt Knight, running 12th and 13th respectively, both up 12 spots from where they started. So some big movers through the field. Unfortunately, whenever you have big movers like that, that means you've got big movers in the other direction as well. But here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. When we take the green flag, we'll have just 5 laps to go. Can Andy Kurtz hold off Mike Kosik and get the win here tonight? Can Kosik get himself a win? Get his 2nd win of the season. Here we go. Pace truck pulling off on the pit road. Green flag with just 5 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro, and another great jump for Andy Kurtz. Right behind, we see Tyler Barnett and Brett Bieber side by side for the 3rd position, and move Tyler Barnett up into the 3rd position. So great run for that 84 machine. See if he's able to do anything here with Mike Kosik. Kosik looking all over the back bumper of Andy Kurtz. 4 laps to go to decide it here in the first race of 2. And Tyler Barnett trying to look up to the high side. And he's going to pound it in there up on that high side. See if he can get around Kosik. Using that high lane, not able to get the run off the corner. 3 laps to go. Again, Barnett trying to make that high lane work, and yellow flag is back out. Oh, looks like the 71 of Greg Froelich is around in turn number 2. And that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. See Fronek coming off of turn at number 2. He's side by side, already a little bit loose underneath the 21 machine, and then those two just make contact. And a few more drivers come piling in, unfortunately, but tough break for Fronek and Gary Wright, who were battling side by side right there. But that is going to set up the most exciting 3 words in racing: green, white, checker. So, of course, green flag will come out. Next flag will be either the yellow or the white. If the white flag comes out, then the yellow flag will be put away, and we will race it out to the checker. Of course, if the yellow flag comes out before the white flag, we'll re-rack them, restack them, and do it all again. So Andy Kurtz on those old tires, able to stay up with Mike Kosik on much fresher tires. Corey Hines, after losing it and having to pit, came down on lap 91. He's got the freshest tires of them all, sitting back in the 11th position. So it'll be interesting to see what our points leader can do here on this green-white checker, how many positions he can gain as lights are getting ready to go off on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. No surprise, Andy Kurtz takes the low side. Puts Mike Kosik up on the high side. We saw Tyler Barnett showing some speed there at the end. See if he can move himself up into second or have himself a great podium here tonight. Green flag's back in the air. We're back racing. Another great jump for the leader, Andy Kurtz, down into turn number 1. And we'll keep Mike Kosik off that back bumper as they come down the backstretch. Here comes Barnett taking a look down to the inside. He's going to have the position off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air, but Kosik able to stay out in front of Barnett. Right behind Brett Bieber, Fry Hubbard battle for 4th and 5th. But as they come off of turn number 4, checker flag is in the air. And Andy Kurtz is going to get the win. Mike Kosik comes home second. Tyler Barnett with a fantastic finish back in 3rd. Brett Bieber in 4th. And Fry Hubbard rounding out your top 5 here tonight. It's all about this man right here in the 5 machine, Andy Kurtz, getting the win of the first race tonight. He's going to bring it down onto the front stretch and burn it down and celebrate his victory. And then the Rebels Demolition Derby can begin. One of the most unique celebrations here on iRacing, and we'll take a look at your results. Again, Andy Kurtz with the win. Mike Kosik, Tyler Barnett, your top 3. Brett Bieber comes home 4th, and Fry Hubbard back in 5th position. Logan Monteith comes back for a 6th-place finish. Corey Bigley in 7th. Corey Hines comes back for an 8th-place finish. Steve McDonald and Butch Taylor round out your top 10. Tommy Osborne back in 11th. Kevin Ruff in 12th. Kai Shappett comes back for a 13th place finish. Brandon Wallace, after spinning a couple times, comes home in 14th. And Gary Wright rounds out your top 15. Matt Knight's in 16th position with Brendan Pollock back in 17th. Todd Schott 18th. Ryan Derrick back in 19th. And Ryan Huff, your 20th place finisher. Greg Froelich falls back to 21st after running up at the front. Matt Telder in 22nd. James Searfoss in 23rd. Travis Bieber, Leander Johnson, and Aaron Sayer round out your top 26 here tonight at North Wilkesboro. Let's get ready to talk to our top 3, starting with the 84 machine, or the driver of the 84 machine, Tyler Barnett. Tyler, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a run here tonight, getting yourself up onto the podium. Had something there. It looked like you had something there from Mike Kosik trying to roll that high side, and the caution came out. If the caution didn't come out, you think you might have had something for him there towards the end?
It do. It was really, really tough to maintain or pass on the inside. So once that caution came out, I kind of knew it was over. I was just kind of hoping those two got into it. But yeah, I feel like if I had like 5 to 10 more laps, I would have probably been up there, hopefully contending for that win. I felt like I was pretty fast. I mean, 13th, third isn't a bad run. It's just I'm getting so close to those wins, and man, I really, really want one here.
And it seems like week after week you've been caught up in bad luck that always seems to rear its ugly head there towards the end. But tonight, able to put a full race together to get yourself up onto the podium. What was the difference tonight? Was it a strategy change or something you were able to do differently tonight to get yourself up here?
Just adapt to the track really well. I've honestly only done one race here in a super late model, and then from there on out, like my only laps here in a truck were this practice session for about half an hour, and after that, just adapting during the race. So like you saw me fall back a little bit, come back up, and burn my tires off, and then I started kind of managing both those things. So started working my way up slowly but surely. Some cautions definitely helped me out, and then I was able to get a couple good restarts, and yeah, so once the end came around, I knew I was one of the fastest trucks, if not the fastest, near the end, and just a little too late, for the 150 laps, maybe, but is what it is. Still fun. Had a good time. Hope you got that 3 wide earlier with Logan, Fry, and I. That was sick.
Yeah, I definitely had that. I believe I caught that. I know I saw some 3-wide racing here tonight, but man, what a run. Before we let you go, any you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Of course. Give me 1 second. It's been a while since I've been up in here. So, so yeah, just obviously Evil Empire Sim Sport being my team and picking me up and letting me race for them and race under their name and all that kind of stuff. And then all the sponsors that go along with it, like Race Energy, ABR Setups, Skills VR, just all the good people that help out along the way. And then also, obviously, Hardline Transport Solutions putting on the series. And then everyone else that just helps out. I mean, the series is so fun. Such a good battles everywhere. Like, I'm always smiling unless I get wrecked, and then I'm not. But otherwise, I'm always smiling when I'm racing here.
Well, again, great run here tonight, Tyler, and good luck the rest of the season. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Sounds good, man.
Have a great night.
You as well.
So that was your 3rd place finisher, Tyler Barnett. Let's bring up your 2nd place finisher, Mike Kosik. Mike, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Man, great run here tonight, coming up just a little bit short, especially with those much fresher tires on your machine than Andy had, but he was able to hold you off there. Little battle there with Tyler there. He was trying to get you on the high side. What was the difference tonight between your tires and some of the other guys out there? Because it looked like you were able to keep rolling, but Andy just was the class of the field here tonight.
Yeah, it's just tough to pass again. Yeah, I don't know. I think if we could have got like 5 to 10 green flag laps, I might have been able to try something, but without moving them, I don't really see another way I could have got around them.
Yeah, Kinder said in the chat here, you've been fast here all weekend. He was thinking you were probably going to get Kurtz there, but cautions just didn't fall your way. Is that kind of what hurt you there at the end? All those cautions coming out?
Yeah, I feel like after about 3 or 4 laps, I was able to get a better drive off the corner, and but yeah, but just every 2 or 3 laps, I just couldn't set nothing up, and he was just getting real good restarts. I couldn't keep up with him there.
Yeah, it seemed like the leader kind of controlled the restart there, but great run for you here tonight. Can't sneeze at a second place finish. Before I let you go, anyone want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Uh, yeah, Hardline Transport Solutions, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, all the admins for everything they do to put on the league. You guys at Intensity and my teammates at Bandits.
Well, great job tonight, and we look forward to talking to you again because I know we'll talk to you again through the season.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Have a great night. So that was your second place finisher, Mike Kosik. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, Andy Kurtz. Andy, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
What's up, Josh? How you doing?
It's been a while since we've talked, but congratulations getting a win here tonight. On those old tires too, it looked like those cautions kind of fell in your favor there, and you were able to stay out there. What was this like out there with those tires as old as they were, and how were you able to hold off Mike Kosik, who's been so fast here this weekend?
Yeah, man. Yeah, finally had a good pit call go my way, I guess. Yeah, this track is really tough. I'm not a big short track guy. I'm not very good at these, but yeah, I saw we had quite a few tire sets, so I pitted, I guess, a little bit earlier than everyone else. I thought more guys were gonna pit, so I knew we'd be a lot quicker, but it's really hard to pass here, even on new tires, even if you're a lot quicker than the guys ahead, because there's really just 2 lanes to run. So you had to be super patient back there. But then fortunately, I guess there were just enough laps after we pitted. Caution came out, then the rest of the field pitted, and I almost pitted with him because I thought I was going to be a lot slower than him, but I was hoping that there would just be a lot of cautions and I could try holding them off. So that worked out, and I appreciated, Mike Kosik running me really clean because he definitely could have gave me the bumper. He was a lot quicker, and I was, being a little driving a little more egregious, I guess, than I normally would have liked to. Really just blocking him on the bottom because I knew how hard it would be to pass. But it was for the win, and yeah, glad we pulled it off and kept it clean.
Yeah, Garrett Kinder in the chat said Kurtz is an animal, and you definitely were putting some fast laps there together on those old tires. You kind of said that it kind of worked out in your favor because of an accident. Were you really kind of hoping for all those cautions there at the end that you were getting to really help you out there?
I mean, I was until we started getting down like 10 to go. Then cautions were coming out, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I gotta go through this all again. Gotta go through those restarts." So, yeah, definitely a couple because I think it was like lap 50, maybe even before that when I got the lead. So we had more than half the race to go still. So, yeah, they definitely would have gotten to me. I really wanted to run the middle line, but I noticed Kosik was really making it work on the bottom, so I had to take his line away, and fortunately it worked out, and didn't run out of time on those old tires, I guess.
Yeah, I made that comment both Friday night and here tonight that you really like the middle lane here around this racetrack. But man, congratulations on the win. I just got to ask one last question. How were you on fuel? Because I know you had a lot of laps out there.
Yeah, I think we were good. I checked it like a while ago, and I think we might have been able to do the whole race actually on a tank of fuel. Not sure though. I don't use any like gadgets or whatever. I just use the iRacing black box, which kind of lies to me a lot. But at the beginning of the race, it said like 150 laps or 160 laps. So I don't know how accurate that was, but I knew when I pitted at lap 40, I should have been good, and then all the cautions definitely made it good. So felt pretty good on fuel there.
Well, an awesome win tonight, and it's not a sponsor or anything, but you definitely should check out the crew chief. Definitely helps out with fuel strategy. So
okay, cool.
I use that for my spotter and my fuel strategy. I know a lot of guys do. It's nice to have that in your ear. But man, before I let you go here tonight, anyone you want to shout out? Anyone you want to thank here tonight?
Yeah, no, cool. Yeah, just want to thank you for putting on a great broadcast as always at Intensity Broadcasting. Yeah, just want to thank again the league for having me. I was gone for a little bit. We moved a couple of weeks ago, and we've just been busy with that. So it's been a while since I've been on here, but it's great to be back and great to be able to take some time away and plug right back in with these guys and run with them. So I thank everyone for that. Hardline Transport Solutions for sponsoring this series as well.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, bud.
Have a great night.
Yeah.
There you have it. Andy Kurtz gets the first win of the night here tonight. We've got another one coming up after this as well. So come back here in about 30 minutes time, and we'll get our second race of the doubleheader going here tonight from North Wilkesboro. Again, my name's Josh Hall. Thanks for everybody for joining us here tonight. Don't forget to check out our great sponsors, Hardline Transport Solutions, Cofield, Asphalt, as well as our personal sponsors such as IntensityBroadcasting.com, TheButtKicker.com. All links are below down in the description. One more time, congrats to Andy Kurtz and a great run here tonight in the Outlaw series. And we'll see you back here in about a half an hour. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.